Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Laura.
Okay, Laura, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now, Fred.
You look absolutely beautiful, Laura.
Say sorry, we couldn't get back to her.
Sorry we couldn't get back to you.
Tell her why.
Back to me for what?
That's what I was thinking too. So how are you?
Doing good, Fred. How you guys keeping?
Oh, not bad. Not bad.
Good.
I didn't answer right away, Laura, because Fred fell the other day.
Oh no.
Yeah, and
Let's not get
ambulance
into
and
it.
the fire department came to help him,
Oh,
and
geez.
then he went to the
Michelle,
hospital.
I don't want to get into it. Please. I don't want to get into it.
Well, as long as you're okay, Fred, but don't worry about getting back to me. I know you guys do when you can.
Basically, it was patient cruelty rather than patient care,
Ooh.
you know. But I talked to the family doctor yesterday. I go for x-rays tomorrow, but she said that when all the idiots come up from the city, the doctor are literally burnt out,
Uh-oh.
you know, and frustrated. You know, it's just
Mhm.
when they took me someone there was in handcuffs with the police. And I don't know why
Not
people
good.
have to be idiots, you know.
Well, I hope you're on the mend now, Fred. That doesn't sound good.
Do you
Yeah,
have it there?
I know I need minutes.
Right, you need the agenda first. Look,
Oh,
there's
that's
the
the agenda.
agenda.
Okay.
And wait, look, the minutes are right behind.
Okay, now Laura, can we do the same thing again? I can't see everybody. You can. So when people want to
Yes.
speak, can you just
Yep, absolutely.
because I can't see people, you know.
No, that's not a problem. I don't think we'll have Kevin again today. And Councillor Kinney won't be able to make it, unfortunately, either.
I think we'll still have a quorum. There's
Yes,
no, there's
so far I think we're already there at quorum. I'm just gonna see.
I don't think there's a lot on the agenda, is there?
There's some-
There's a couple things for sure. I think we should still be our usual hour though. Nothing too.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, yeah, don't break my record. Come on.
Don't break it. Yeah, we'll keep the streak strong.
Hi, guys. Can you hear me?
Hey,
Yep,
how you
here
doing?
Vic.
Can you hear me?
Is that Kathy?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
I
Oh,
can
good,
hear-
good, good.
All right. What's going on here?
There's Jen. So I think with Jen coming in and then the other two not, I think that's everybody now.
Oh, we're good.
oh, and John.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We should have. We've got
Is
2, 3, 4, 5,
Everybody's here.
6,
Is Alan John?
I'm here.
3, 4, 5. 6.
Thank
How
you.
you doing, buddy?
Yep, that's
Good,
everybody
good,
then.
thanks. And you? Hope you're on the
Oh.
mend.
Huh?
Hope you're on the mend.
Oh, that was a nasty fall I had. It really was. Yeah. But see that, like, I got MS now, right? And so my legs are starting to give out on me. It's attacking my legs right now.
Mhm.
So, but you know what? You don't look backward, you look forward, because that's where your head's pointed. And you live your, Laura, I always live with a rule. You know what that is?
What?
When you're born, you're dealt the hand of cards, right? Like a poker card.
Yep,
And you play that hand out as best you can.
absolutely.
You know, no sense feeling sorry for yourself. You know, my mom always said, nobody wants to hear your problems because there's always someone worse than you.
For sure.
You know,
Yeah,
so
push through. Yep, for sure.
you know, I still can't get over that. All these people are drowning and they're not wearing life jackets. There are another 2 people drowned. They pulled out of the water. Yeah.
That's very sad. It's
Yeah. See what they did up in Bracebridge now. They've put life rings. You know, those 2 people drowned. They rescued the one guy in the rapids there.
yes, the rings. Yep, we have those
Yeah,
at the
now they-
beachfront too.
Yeah, now they put rings out and that big long pole and
Yeah, we have those at some locations in the beachfront here.
yeah.
But I think we have everybody. Fred, when you're ready, we can go ahead. and
I'm
start.
ready when you are.
We're ready, sir.
Can I call this meeting to order?
You sure can.
Okay, number 2, 10:02. Disclosure of that word I hate.
Pecuniary interest. Anybody? Seeing none,
All right.
Fred, go ahead.
Accessory advisory minutes of June 3rd, 2021. I trust everybody's had a chance to read it.
Mhm.
Can I get a motion to accept the minutes? Kathy,
Kathy and John.
really good. There's no deputations, I assume, today?
Well, we'll have to call. You have to call all in favor.
Oh, all in favor?
Aye.
Sorry,
Everybody, we're good.
I'm trying to make up my 2 minutes.
No worries.
Okay, deputation, none. Unfinished business, the town elevator is still ongoing. And the pedestrian crossing lights at Ramblewood and 45th Street.
I
and
did just
45th
get an update on that though, Fred, if can speak
Go
to it
ahead.
quickly. I was gonna wait, but I got an update from.
No, go ahead.
I got an update from Public Works
Like, send
this
a-
week.
All right,
And,
Laura, the floor is yours.
perfect. Yeah, I just might get everybody to mute their microphones unless they're talking. Just, I think we're hearing some background noise. Just helps a little bit for the recording.
I
Awesome.
mean, I have a hard time with my hands.
That's
so-
okay. You can keep yours on Fred because you're the chair. But so in regards to the pedestrian crossing, Kevin did write back. I know Vic, we were talking about this. So he noted that the crossing times were assessed and increased. So you guys were looking for a little bit more time there and they were increased for more time to allow for crossing.
Very good.
Just so
Very good.
everybody knows. So I think we asked for about 5 to 10 more seconds in length.
Yeah.
He did say it was increased. He didn't say what, but he said it was increased to more appropriate time. So it's up.
Well, I'll find out tomorrow because I'm going over my wheelchair to Ramblewood.
Perfect. Yeah, test it out for us. Absolutely.
Okay, subcommittee reports.
It looks like Mark's not here today, so we can push that over to next month. He did send me an email. He apologizes, but unless Kevin or Al had anything to add, we can push that to the next month's meeting.
Is the committee okay with that, to push Mark's report to the next meeting?
Yes, I would like Mark and or Kevin to be involved with that discussion, Fred.
Yeah.
So if we can put that till the next meeting, it would be great.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, number 6.1. The Accessibility Accreditation Initiative Committee feedback.
Oh, that's what we were just talking about there.
That's what we're talking about,
Yep.
okay. Main Street Bridge motion update. I'm sure that's you, Laura, right?
Yeah, Councillor Kinney was going to speak to it, but I'll speak to it as well. We did put forward that report that we talked about from the last meeting, and the motion from our committee to the General Government Services section, and they did not support that motion. So Kevin did speak to it and kind of updated it in regards to what the town would need to do or what the obligations were there.
Yeah.
So committee didn't support that, unfortunately, from accessibility standpoint.
That's why we live in a democracy, right?
They did, however, want me to pass along the thanks to you guys for all the work you do in taking closer looks at these types of issues and to keep, bringing things forward, and we'll address them as they come up. Absolutely.
Okay, thank you. Okay, there. All right. Mobi-Mats. Mobi-Mats are out now on beach 1 and 5.
Yay. We
And
did,
okay,
as
why-
you guys know, last year we didn't get to have them out because everybody was still navigating COVID. But the parks, I went down with the parks and Councillor Kinney, and usually, as you guys know, they put them at beach area 2 and 5. And
Yeah.
because the water levels were so unpredictable this year, we split them up and put them across all the beaches, well, almost all of them, so that people could at least get to the beach. They don't go into the water because we can't confirm they're going to get sunk in by the water.
I
right
agree
now.
with you.
But they are out at 5 locations. We've had really good feedback. And also we just found 2 more sections. So the park is going to go out this week and determine the safest location for those. So there'll be even more beaches covered now.
Now, Laura, maybe you can refresh my memory because I just don't remember. We were talking about getting wings. So when people got to the end of the mast, they could push their chairs off and go
Yes.
enjoy. Whatever happened with that?
So I've been dealing with a company that did these mats. he sent me some information, and I know last year we budgeted for it, but we were going to look at obviously doing some more fundraising or budgeting because they are quite expensive when we only get a certain amount on committee. So we were going to discuss like ways to do that, I believe was the last we talked about it. And then COVID hit and it kind of got pushed to the side there.
Is there any grants available for that?
Project for us this fall.
Yeah. Is there any grants available for that from the government at all?
There are.
When we got the Mobi-Mats, Twyla at the time got us a $45,000 grant from the federal government.
Yes, so we do have them. These are just additional pieces. So whether or not we do have a grant specialist, so I can talk to her about that. But I think this coming up this fall when summer's done, because we won't get them for this year, I think that'll be a good project for us to start looking into ideas of ways to maybe make some fundraising initiatives or something to increase those wings, because when we do get to put out full sections again, we're going to want them obviously to go down to the water and then come off, I think, at a bunch of locations.
Okay, now maybe you can talk on this one here too, Laura, because I don't know anything about it. The Federal Enabling Accessibility Fund request for proposals enables organizations may receive up to $350,000 and $1 million for mid-sized projects attached to the program, and the overview and the guide for reference. Do you comment on that, please?
John's got a question, I think, first.
Yes, John.
Sorry, Fred.
Sorry, John.
Just back on your comment on the Mobi-Mats. You said we had really great feedback. Where was the feedback from, Laura?
Yeah, so I had we posted obviously on Facebook the town account there, and we had a lot of positive comments about people saying it was great that they were spread across this year. Some of our residents that use it everywhere, I can't give names, but she called in as well as some family members to say they were super thankful that they were out, especially at Spruce Street, because that's part of obviously the main beach, and we kind of noticed that residents go more towards that Spruce Street lot. So they were happy to see that. And then we had some concerns about, the total opposite ends of town, which were Allenwood and Beach 6, where we don't have them. And now that we've found those additional pieces, we're hoping we can account for those two locations as well, so that everybody can have that accommodation at all the beaches.
Okay.
Yes, it was like, I think our communications officer said it was our most trending post of the month last month, so it was a good one.
John, just so everybody on the committee knows, when people want to speak, I'm not ignoring them. I can't see everybody.
Yeah, sorry, I saw him last minute.
So it's up to Laura to tell me who wants. The way this is set up, I can only see Laura. So when people want to speak, she has to tell me who wants to speak. Okay, guys?
Yes, I will keep
it.
So
I'm not being rude. I'm not trying to ignore anybody. Please accept my apologies if I was.
Thank you, Fred.
So can you comment now? Is there any other questions on the Mobi-Mats?
Nope, we're good.
Okay, can you talk about this accessibility fund?
Yes, so this was just brought to our attention the other week from our grant specialist. I think it's an awesome opportunity for a couple of projects that we've been looking at here. And basically they're just looking they have an idea themselves here at Town Hall, like the facilities department, but they want to get your, your feedback and recommendation, what they're thinking, because we're eligible up to, was it $1 million? Yes. Between $350,000 to $1 million for projects that will increase or promote or address accessible issues. And we were thinking the elevator project here at Town Hall, which I know we've talked about that for a long time coming. And it was because it was so expensive that it's kind of been on that unfinished business list, as well as some of the features that will be at the new Twin Pad Arena Library. So they're thinking that they would apply for both projects to see what we can get.
Can I say something else in there, Laura, to see if we qualify? I know we're talking a lot about when the beach redevelopment is done, or maybe next year, is trying to get those chairs, those big accessible chairs that people use in the water or get to the water.
It's for upgrades to facilities, I believe.
So is there any way we could use part of that and maybe put some money aside for people to man it, or it's just it's one more thing off our list.
I just think this specific grant goes to facilities like buildings.
So like, can we get a little building to store them in at least?
Well, as you know, the beachfront development is going to be potentially, that property might not be run by the town anymore. We don't know where that's going to end yet. So we might not have a building down there. I don't know. But we'd have, if we did, it could be a potential project that, again, that's a couple years out, obviously, for the beachfront redevelopment. But we were thinking, because the deadline is now, we were looking at immediate projects.
Okay, the other question I just want to throw at you, and please don't laugh at me.
No.
Is there any way we could get like a seed can that could go somewhere for now to store them temporarily?
Again, I totally think I know where you're going with this for the chairs for the water, but it is for it's for facility structures. Like it's very specific on the upgrades to municipal facilities, and we just don't have that down there. Like, you're not wrong, and these grants come up from time to time, Fred. So I think when we're in a better position for the beachfront to know where that stands, that's absolutely something we could look at. Even this fall with our mat review, we can maybe look at the ability of having that chair, the special, trying to think of the word, specifications or whatever we need for those types of chairs.
Yeah, and I was just thinking if we could eventually get something like that, then we could store the Mobi-Mats and the chairs and all that in there. It was just an idea. It was an idea.
For sure, that's what you guys are here for, right? And I think Al had a question.
Yes, Al.
Would town playground upgrades for accessibility, would that be a viable option for this grant?
I believe so, yes, for the structures there at the playgrounds.
Yeah, because the playground, I had the Wasaga Beach Lions Club pay for the one at the Recplex, right? But we're going back many years, but it's not completely fully accessible for kids that are stuck in a wheelchair or to have mobility issues. So if we could look at, that's a really good idea, Al, because I think we're excluding a lot of, some kids that are in wheelchairs and that can't, like if you go over and look at that at the playground, at the Recplex, it is somewhat accessible, but it's not 100% accessible. And I think kids should be, we should be 100% accessible for kids. They deserve to have the right to play as well.
There are many small playgrounds scattered throughout the town.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So I'm not thinking of the parks like Park 5 or anything like that, but some of the smaller playgrounds perhaps could be taken. Someone give a look and see what could be done there, if that would fall under this category.
Yes, I know when we did a review, I think we said we had so far to date 2 playgrounds in town that had accessible features, and we were obviously looking as a committee to change that or add more. I will double check with the grant specialist because it does say eligible projects are constructions of new buildings, technology projects, and then it kind of has a catch-all where it says renovation or retrofit of existing space. So I think maybe the playgrounds could be covered in that. I will ask her because I think we submit for whatever we can, and what we get back is only an added bonus too, right? So,
Lars, can I just throw something out there? I don't know how the committee feels about it. Can we get someone from Parks and Rec maybe to look at these playgrounds that Al's talking about and see if they are wheelchair accessible, and maybe get back to the committee?
I think we have 2. I think we did that, and there was 2. They came back a couple years ago, and
but they're not wheelchair. I don't think wheelchairs.
The one here at Town Hall it has the ramp that goes up. But again, when you're up there, I don't know how much there is in terms of other equipment use. I know it goes up like that though from the sidewalk. And I want to say there was one other one, but I will ask Parks if they can just give us a quick, just like we did with the accessible parking spaces at the beachfront, something to have so we know to refer back to it, like a layout, and then we can start kind of maybe going over the ones we want to hit up first to start increasing the accessible use of them. Like,
is the committee okay with that? I can't see them, Laura, so you're gonna have to see everybody shaking their head.
I think everybody looks like they're all good with that. Thumbs up. Yep.
Laura,
Kathy?
I wouldn't mind working on that project with a couple of people.
Sure.
Go right ahead.
I'll put down Kathy here for a point kind of project.
How about you, Al? Would you be willing to help out on it too?
Review Parks. Playground.
I could if you would like me to. I'm not sure what role we would play.
Well, the reason I'm asking you, Al, is because you do the schools with the kids, right?
Yes.
So you're familiar with kids' needs are and what kids with disabilities needs are.
Okay. Yes.
More than I am. So if you went with Kathy, Kathy's in a chair, but you've got the knowledge for the kids, maybe between, we could strike something.
If there's something that I could help with in that field, why I would be willing to do that, Fred. Yes.
Are you okay with that, Laura?
Yeah, I'll kind of start with Kathy as a point person because I know Al's also doing the other project with Mark and Kevin. So
Okay.
I'll kind of see if Kathy and I can take a point on that and getting some more information on all the parks, and then we'll go from there. If we need some more feedback or input from Al or John or anybody, we can come back and reach back out just like Mark does with his committee there.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I'm good with that.
Awesome.
Thank you, Laura.
Playground. So I'll add playgrounds to that. But so committee, having said all that, then you guys are supportive of the town hall elevator project and other features at the new arena.
Of
That
course.
will include obviously their universal bathroom, lifts, all that kind of stuff.
So Laura can see you. Is the
Yep.
committee okay with it? We don't need
I'm
a
getting
motion.
thumbs up, Fred.
Getting a thumbs up.
Yes.
Very good.
All right. So I will let the grant specialist know, and I'll look into the playgrounds, Al, and we'll make sure we include that if that's eligible.
Okay.
Thank you very much, guys. Gateway Casino proposal site plan.
Yes. So
You're up, Laura.
we got the site plan package from the Gateway Casino there, and they're just obviously sending it to committee for any comments or concerns or anything like that. I know it's hard to see, but they do have, I think on the outside they have a maximum for the property of 200, just shy of 200 spaces, and they are proposing 9 accessible spaces, which I think is great because that's above already. I think they were only told to have a minimum of 4 or 5, I want to say.
And that's for the casino, right?
That's for the casino spot.
Now, is this still
didn't
going
say
to the
that's
same place? Sorry, Laura, is this still
what,
going
sorry?
to the same place?
It's gonna be a good sized project. I did put the specs in there for you guys to see the pictures of the layout and everything. So I think the accessible parking spaces was great. They came with already more than asking. The inside, they have a universal bathroom that's dedicated with all the, I think, equipment in one, and then they have 1, 2, 3 individual bathrooms, and then a big set of regular bathrooms with all accessible stalls. So that was really good in terms of having them spread around the facility.
So I assume when they start getting ready to closer to the building, they're going to do the same thing they did with the arena, where they'll come to the committee with their.
No, so this is what they're presenting now. We did that with the arena because that's a town project. We're responsible for that. So this is a private company, but they still are obviously submitting stuff because they want your support and any feedback you guys have, which they'll take into consideration. Staff that I talked to in planning and zoning, we're really comfortable with what they are proposing at this point in terms of the accessible requirements. We're just looking to see if there was anything that jumped out to you guys, like that maybe we can talk to them about. Again, they're going to have adequate spacing between, tables and chairs and machines and all that kind of stuff on the main floor. The restaurant there is going to be laid out, to meet all standards as well. And if anything changes, they would bring it back. But at this point, this is what they're proposing.
And what's the timeline that this is going to all happen?
That I don't know. Unfortunately, I can't answer that one. COVID, I want to say a year ago, but we don't know. I'm hoping maybe a little more progression or direction this fall. We'll probably hear about it. It's really hard because of COVID, right?
Now, once again, I can't see you guys. Does anybody on the committee have any questions for Laura on this issue?
Laura, I heard somewhere that they've reduced the size of the casino. Is that correct? Did you hear that?
They did reduce the size. They came back, and this is what they came back with as their proposal. I'm not sure the reasoning why that did go to obviously council and the building and planning department. I think they just reassessed their project and this is the size they're comfortable with. It doesn't mean they can't add on. They still have, I believe the comment was there's still spacing in the future if they needed to expand the building. But right now, I think more to get things going and to kind of get the project on the go. This is what they're ready to start with.
Any other questions on it?
Not seeing any, Fred.
Okay, thank you, Laura. You're such a big help to me.
Oh, wait,
What
sorry,
do I
before
do?
we go on to the next one. So
Yeah.
basically, I just
The
have
Great
a,
Northern
just because
Exhibition, right?
there's a recommendation just because they like to see that committee, there's support for that. So basically I just put that we receive it for information and that committee is supporting the proposed site plan as presented at this time. If they change it, you guys will know as well.
Okay, thank you, Laura.
So I just need a mover and a seconder for that one if we can.
Okay,
John?
a motion for that?
I think John shot up a hand.
I'll
John
second it.
and Michelle will second it.
John and Michelle and all those in favor?
Aye.
Carried unanimously.
Okay.
John and Michelle.
Now, this Great Northern Expedition, exhibition. The question I wanted to ask you, Laura, we've been kind of out of the people's line of sight for the last couple of years with COVID.
Mhm.
With everything being double injection and we're heading into phase 3, which can allow indoor events, is there any plans in the town in the fall? Like, the seniors fair, like any fairs coming up that the committee can get involved in so we can get back out in the public eye?
So I was talking to special events and unfortunately just with, I hate the C word, COVID, but everything is like month to month. They literally, again, we canceled all summer events at this point because we don't know where we're at. The exhibition for sure is canceled for the year. I don't know about the Seniors Expo, if there's official word on that yet. I think some expos are kind of going week to week, month to month. I can absolutely let you know if I hear otherwise. But I know we talked about a couple of meetings ago, and I did talk to our communications officer about maybe because you might notice if you follow the town on Facebook, the Historical Advisory Committee posts pictures or kind of videos of stuff of things from the past that just kind of looks neat. And we were talking about maybe doing little accessibility videos or snippets of stuff like that. So maybe from time to time, if Mike asks you guys to do a little video on, just remember if you're going out to do something, insert the blank here, or something that we can let the public know as a reminder or to do. If you guys are supportive of those videos, I can start to have Mike rolling that out, and maybe you guys can email me some ideas of videos you'd like to see that get posted on Facebook. Like, hey, community, during these times, don't forget, or a reminder to, and then insert something here.
How does the committee feel about that?
I like it.
I really like the historical ones. I think that's great to see those.
So
I didn't know half
There's
that.
a website on the Wasaga Beach Historical, and you see all these pictures going back to the 40s and 50s. But
Yes.
how does the committee feel about doing something like that?
Okay, so if I got a communications officer to maybe when he's ready, reach out to you guys with some ideas, and then from there we can kind of maybe either sign up or find a way to go out in the community to do videos. Everybody's good with that if the timing works for everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if there is any fair that goes on in late fall when we get into phase 3.
Yes, I am keeping an eye on those for sure.
Okay, just to get us back out in the public eye again, so people know that we are working hard for them.
Yeah, and then I think in the meantime, these videos would be a good idea to show, we're still promoting and looking at ways for accessibility within the town to keep it, an inclusive, barrier-free community and all that kind of stuff.
It's a phenomenal idea. I think it's great.
Yeah.
And I'm glad the committee
love
agrees to it. And when they do get the stuff ready for the 2022 Northern Expedition, whatever, I'm sure you'll sign us up and try and get us our same spot, right?
Yes, I work with a gentleman there, and he knows to reach out to me if he hasn't heard from me for the season, but obviously he did tell me it was canceled this year, but he holds us the same booth every year unless we decide not to come.
All right, and then we'll deal with the parking and passes issue as well.
Yes, I usually go pick those up and get them all ready for you guys in the event that they hold it. Absolutely.
Okay, so there's no councillor update because Mark Kinney's not here.
Isn't, but he did ask me to just pass along a quick couple of updates for you on his behalf, just so he didn't miss it. The first one was Twin Pad Arena Library Council, with the help of staff, we'll be selecting a contractor for the project at the August council meeting with thoughts that the contractor will hopefully start in September. That's where they're at right now. If that changes, obviously we'll let you know, but that was his update for the arena. Beach One Development, council staff and the project team is working with, as you know, Slate Asset Management was the developer there, and that's ongoing. So there's nothing nothing new as far as his last update to you guys, but it's still ongoing. He would like you to look at that. Obviously, the subcommittee with Kevin and Al there, any comments or feedback, and we've pushed that to the next meeting. So we'll go over that with him then. And that was it.
Okay, well, believe it or not, guys, we're at the end of our meeting here, very close. So committee members updates, we did that. Has anybody got anything for the next meeting?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Nick.
Yeah, what I wanted to bring up is this new garbage situation with the pails.
Mhm.
From what I understand, they're very big. And what is that going to do to the disabled and even seniors in some cases?
We will put that, I can put it on agenda for a little bit more information and feedback, but absolutely. If anybody is interested, we do have all 3 of the bins here in the lobby for display because people are wanting to come see how big they are. I know that the county did put a specific drop-down bar under the new program for people who are concerned about maybe elderly accessible issues, stuff like that. I haven't watched it yet. I'm going to, but I'll send it to you guys as well because I'm sure they address some of the concerns, and then we can bring back some more information and have a little bit more of a discussion. I think the next meeting. I believe
think
we're going to roll that out in November.
I think what Vic's meaning here, I think the city of Toronto, what they're doing now, because they got the big bins, is people that can't take them down, I think they leave them out, like in front of the garage or something, and then the workers come get it.
Yeah, I don't know what that process is here yet. Again,
Yeah.
I'll look it up and maybe I will send an email to whoever's heading that project up to see if they can come and talk to us,
But
or
really good.
I'll at least touch base with the county's accessibility committee. I don't know if you guys talked about it, Fred. Maybe Jennifer can give me some more information there.
Laura, when are we supposed to be receiving those again?
November.
Okay.
I believe November. So we have time, which is great. To still.
And it's a new contract, it's not the same garbage company we're using, they've changed contractors.
Yes, it's a new contract.
Yeah.
Okay,
Can I put you on a little job there, Laura, instead of everybody trying to pile into the town to take a look at those garbage bins? Did you take pictures and send them to everybody?
Yeah, absolutely.
oh, that'd be great.
Yep. I'll send you the link. It's got videos and all the dimensions on it. And I'll send you the pictures here too.
Yeah, because of me now, I'm not supposed to walk at all, especially after this fall.
Yeah, you know what? I'm interested to read up on it because the first thing I thought of when I saw those bins was somebody who maybe lives independently that maybe has to use a mobility aid or a scooter or wheelchair to get those out. And whether or not I'm missing something, I thought it would be good to look into that a little more too.
Well, how they're gonna work is that the driver will pull up to it and he'll pull it like little forklifts.
Yes, it comes down
And he slide in and he picks. So I think they're gonna I think you can load them up to about 60 pounds.
yeah, it's
Try
more
right
so
now,
getting them
we're
out.
gonna
I
set
think
the
getting them
71
down. If
people.
you have a long driveway or somebody who can't walk as far, I know it's a little bit tricky. So I think this is a good item to put on for more in-depth discussion. And should committee have something coming out of that, we can, author a letter and of concerns or comments and send that off to the county.
I think that's an excellent point Vic made up. I'd forgotten all about that.
100%.
So excellent point. So anybody else got anything else for future meetings? Don't be shy. Raise your hand. Laura sees you.
I'm not seeing any hands.
All right. Well, let's go around the table then. Let's start with Kathy.
Committee
You got
update.
anything you want to bring up, Kathy?
I don't have anything to bring up, no. And I wish everybody well until the next meeting.
Thanks, Kathy.
All right. Who else do we have? Vic, do you have anything else you want to bring up?
Not at this time.
I'm trying to see if I can remember names here. Thank you, Vic. John.
Nope, thumbs down. John's good.
All right. And Al.
Nothing except I'll be glad when we can get back together face to face. Things are working well with this Zoom, but this
I
is
hear
not
ya.
something I'm comfortable with.
Just
Every weight.
Yeah,
Just
we're
to
hoping that's
piggyback
going to change soon.
just to piggyback on that, when I was talking with my cardiac specialist, he agrees that in the fall, anybody who's got lung issues or any respiratory problem, they should be masking up because we've pretty well lost our resistance to the flu. So they're saying the flu virus could be really bad this year. So anybody's got respiratory issues or, you know, any really severe medical issues, they should be masking up when they go out, because it's gonna, the medical community is figuring it's gonna take about a year and a half to get our resistance back to the flu, because we've all been masked up, we've all been isolated. So that's just for everybody keeping their back pocket in the fall.
Yep.
Okay, who else is there?
Jen, we got Jen and then Kevin.
Kevin? He's not here.
No, Kevin's here. He joined in.
Oh, okay, Kevin, you got anything you got to bring up? Oh,
Oh,
Kim,
Kevin's good. Thumbs up.
okay.
Jen?
Jen,
Yeah, just real quick, I did my, with OECTA, the teachers union, I did my members with disabilities forum, and it went really well. It was very informative, but I think maybe I'll save details for next time because Mark was interested. Yeah, so, but it went well. So I was very nervous. There was about 78 people that joined. So, but it went really well.
That's good. Yeah, thanks for letting us know, Jen. I'm interested.
Laura, can you put Jen on Jen's her name, right?
Yep,
sorry.
I'm gonna put
Put her on the agenda so she can speak at the next meeting.
sorry, what was what was that meeting called again?
It's for a diversity advisory board, but I did a members with disabilities forum. And
oh, you cut out there. You still there, Jen?
I think we lost Jen.
Oh, they cut out a bit, Jen, but I'll put you on the Members with Disabilities Forum from the Diversity Advisory Board. Update from you next month.
Okay, is there anybody else got anything else?
I think just Michelle. We didn't see.
Michelle, do you have anything?
We haven't seen her lovely face at all.
Oh, hang on.
I'm sitting right
Here's
beside him.
Michelle. She just got her hair cut.
Oh,
I looked like a rag doll before.
She's back to work again.
oh, awesome. That's great.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, I think that's everybody then.
Does
You
Laura?
know what? I
have
did
any-
really good. We did
Does
good.
Laura have any?
Laura, do you have anything?
No, mine was pretty much all the stuff we covered above. And I kind of echo Al's thoughts there. It'll be nice to get back to do all this in person and get, again, reminder when we do that, we'll be in the council chambers going forward, but it will be nice to go back to normal stuff soon because it's starting to have its effects, right? So.
Yeah.
Well, we're doing well. We're at 50% of the nation
we
being
are doing great.
vaccinated. We're better in the United States, and 80% of everybody have one vaccination. And apparently, the government says that with the vaccines that are coming in July, mathematically, every Canadian can be vaccinated
Yeah, that's great.
that wants to be vaccinated. So and it looks like they're going to be going with the vaccine passport. Because my buddy's flying to California and he has to download the federal government's app with all his flight information and his vaccines to get back in the country.
Yeah, they did at my second shot there the other week. They did say to keep those emails they give you because that's going to be your travel passport and stuff potentially for the future. So it's kind of crazy to have to bring something else with you traveling. But if that's what we got to do, let's get it done, right?
Well, the Rogers Center is saying the same thing. If you want to go to any of their events, you're going to have a passport. The Air Canada is saying the same things. And for any of your baseball fans, it looks like the Blue Jays will be back by the end of July in Toronto. They don't want to be in Buffalo anymore.
Oh, wow.
So anyways, I've said enough today. I'm being a little bit of a motor mouth.
So then our next meeting would be August 5th. So Thursday again at 10 a.m. That is still as of now online again.
Okay.
I'll send you guys out the Zoom link. And I think that's it, Fred.
Oh, the other question I was going to bring up, and maybe Jen can comment on this one. In the fall, you know how we did the accessibility thing in the summer? If everybody at the schools, remember we go to the schools?
Yes.
Yeah. If everybody's vaccinated and if the kids are all back in school and it's okay with the school boards, is there any way we could do a small presentation maybe in October, November? Considering we haven't seen one in 2 years.
I think that would be a good idea. And I think that we should wait till we hear a go ahead that schools are even going to go back in, because you keep hearing these like permanent online / maybe half and half. I don't know. But the second we hear something final about what the schools are doing, then I think we can move in to ask the principals or the boards again about what we can do.
Well, I was just throwing it out to see if anybody wants to catch it. So,
Yeah, right now, everything's still a big question mark. We don't have a plan from the ministry yet. So we've been told things are going to be a little bit more back to normal as far as recesses and kids mingling with each other. But that's all we know.
you know, my buddy that I grew up with, he was telling me his one grandchild is so stressed out when it's online that there are some days he'd be on the carpet in the fetal position crying.
Yeah,
He was
it's
just so
really
stressed out with this online stuff and he couldn't go back to
Really
school.
fine.
So,
Yeah, it's hard. But again, maybe we can take those videos we're going to do with the communications officer and then combine them all together and add a little bit more to send out some virtual stuff. And then we can still provide a learning aspect to the schools.
Oh,
yeah,
that's a good
whatever the
idea.
committee wants, I just threw it out there. Whatever the committee wants to do. Like, I just want to get us a little more visible in the community, because we haven't been the last couple of years.
Absolutely, Fred. I think once we get a little bit clear of this COVID stuff, we can run with a lot of projects that we've got for sure.
And I
Okay,
have a
well,
lot of resources of read aloud books and stuff like that, all about diversity and disabilities.
Yeah.
So I have a bunch of resources already.
Perfect.
Great.
Age appropriate, because I teach grade 2.
I know it works out perfectly. There we go.
Yeah, it does. Except I'm busy those days that you do it, but
We'll make it
yeah.
work. We'll make it work. Yeah.
otherwise it's good.
Awesome.
well,
Yeah, thank you, Jen.
do I need a motion to adjourn?
No, you do not.
Okay. Laura, you have a very nice weekend.
Thank you. I will. You guys as well.
I'm
Minus
not
the
gonna do-
rain.
And you guys, everybody have a nice weekend. Please be careful out there. And Laura's gonna send us the link so we can get a look at those garbage cans.
I'll go down to
And-
that now.
What we should start doing, because November's gonna roll up quick, any
will.
ideas or things we can maybe present that make it easier for us, we should try and bring it up the next meeting or in September.
You didn't
Yeah.
even take.
I'm gonna try, Vic, to get somebody to come and talk to us maybe next month from the county. I'm gonna try my best. If not, I'll get what I can.
Okay, just so everybody knows, 210 new cases.
Getting lower.
Okay, have a good day, everybody.
You
Be
too.
careful,
Thanks,
be
guys.
careful on the streets out there, okay?
All right.
Stay safe, everybody.
Thanks, Fred.
Bye.
Okay, bye, Vic. Bye, Al. Bye,
Bye.
everybody.